Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'd like to welcome you to my craft room. My name is Yvette Quale. I like to create craft tutorials for journaling, beadwork, paper crafting, and more. I also do complete journal flip-throughs and sometimes a shop share. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a flip-through of this journal that I just completed. I am calling this journal Everyday Life, and the cover is made, it's a soft cover. And I'll go into details on how I made that, and I do have a video where I share a little bit more about that. I'll link that in the description box. So basically it is different fabrics, all in neutral tones, as you can see that I have layered up and done some stitching. It's all the way around, soft cover all the way around. I have a crocheted tie here that just wraps around, and then I have some antique buttons on there and an antique pin up here, and I have a unique way that I've put the signature in here with the lace, so I'll show you how I did that. And then all the way around on the perimeter of the outside, and it goes around onto the inside of the journal cover, I have hand beaded beads on here, so it's a little edging all the way around. All of my stitching is hand done and all hand pieced together. So let's go ahead and open up the journal and take a look inside. And so I had a little difficult time figuring out what kind of tie I wanted, because I did not reinforce the cover with anything inside. I've seen people use manila envelopes and things like that, but I didn't do that with this journal. So what I did was piece the outside together, and then I have the fabric on the inside here. I have one big signature in here. And then what I put in between was some cotton batting. So this is very flexible, and I kind of like the feel of it. I wanted it to feel like something that has been kind of loved and treasured. So on the front here, I've done some hand stitching. Let me hold that up so you can see around the pocket here, and then I attached it with Fabri-Tac glue. And then I have a little booklet in here. And this is a challenge journal for nevermorecreations17.com. I'll be sending this into her shop unless it's claimed before then. I'll be mailing this off in a few days. And on the front here, I have a little library card with a little scrap of vintage crochet and a little dangle. And then this is from the kit here. I also used, behind here is cardstock. And I've used some pages that I got in some Happy Mail. And so you'll see a lot of different things in here. You might see something that you have swapped with me. So made this journal card, did some stenciling on the back. And then I found this paper that is like a cotton linen type paper. And I've used that in the journal as well. Here's a little, another little place to journal. And then this is a handmade piece of paper here, and this is part of the kit. So Lindsay has 5 kits, 4 to 5 usually, and you need to use at least 3 of them. So here's a piece of that linen page. Part of her challenge is that you cannot have any blank white pages, so a good way to deal with that is stenciling or a little hand drawn stitching on there. This is a piece of that cotton linen paper, and it is really a nice feel to it. Put a little sticker on there. This is just scrapbook paper. These are a couple of the ephemera pieces that were in one of the kits that we can use. Here I've done a little collage down here with some vintage crocheted lace and just scrap paper and a vintage or a image from the kit. Here's the other image there. This is a Happy Mail piece of coffee dyed paper. And these are whale tail punch tags that I got in a Happy Mail, so I love those. And another piece of the coffee dyed paper there, another one from the kit. So this is a writing journal basically, and I did one signature, one big chunky signature, and then I've done a little bit different on how I've attached that signature. So here I have a pocket. This is from a scrapbook cardstock kit or a packet. Here I've made a belly band, and this belly band is made out of a piece of drywall tape like this. And I do have a video. I'll put a link in the description box to that video on how to make it. And then I did a little bit of hand stitching around on this, and a little bit more of that crocheted lace, and then 3 images or 2 images here from one of the kits or ephemera packets from Lindsay, and then this is from the cardstock kit. And then I've done this, layered it up, just made a big journal card, and that slides in there. And then we have an upper tuck spot here with a couple cards from the cardstock pack. I backed those in that linen paper, so it kind of feels like material. It's really nice in the journal to come across a page like that, have a little bit of texture. And just a couple journal cards there. And another card there. So I like to decorate both sides of my cards or tags. It's just something I do. Couple 3 little vintage buttons here, and just a little piece of scrap paper with some stenciling. Again, so I don't have any blank white pages. And another upper tuck spot here. And this is a little piece of cardstock, and I was going to make a pocket out of it, but I decided to make it just have the image on it. And then back here I've made a belly band with one of the images from the kit, and this was just a piece I had in my stash, so I went ahead and put that in there, and I thought that was a nice little touch. And that just goes right down in there. And again, stenciling over here so I don't have a blank white page. Over here I have a journal spot on a pocket. This is a side pocket, and I just put an image at the top and the bottom there from one of the kits. And then I've layered this up, put a vintage button on there, and of course a spot on the back to journal. That just tucks right in there. And this page just folds out for some more journaling. And I repeated the leaf stamp over on that side. And this is a piece of that linen paper, and just put a little bit of stenciling on there, and that just tucks up in there. And then I made a writing board. This is just a simple chipboard that I've covered in a couple different pieces of cardstock. And the idea with that is you can, I'll show you here when I get to the next page. Here I have just a little fold out paper. So I took this center page, this is the center page of the signature, and I cut this out and made it into a pocket by gluing it down to the page behind it. And then the idea behind the writing board is when you have a little bit chunky journal, it starts to get chunky, you can just put this board behind and write on your paper, and then anything that's bulky underneath that isn't going to come through. So you could leave this paper clip in there if you had a writing space over here, and it's not going to come through. So I just put that in there for whoever's going to get the journal will get that with it. A little more stenciling over here. And a pocket here with a little paper bag with some ephemera in it. And here's a fabric pocket, and I put a little piece of cardstock there to hold this little teeny tiny tag. And then this is a plain card. I just left that plain so that the person who gets it can do what they'd like with that. And another little card from the cardstock packet. And here's a vintage stamp up here just to decorate out the top. And then here we have another little tag with more of that cotton linen paper on the backing. And I like to do this just to decorate up the page a little bit, put a little collage on there. So just lots of spaces for writing and, you know, just write down your thoughts and put maybe some photos in there. Like this page I would just leave, or you could put a picture in there, or in the center would be nice. And that's a little piece of vellum sticker on there. And this is a tag attached with this paper clip, and then this page folds out and this page folds into it. So that's kind of a secret little journal spot there. And I did the same thing over here, but this is 3 pages. So we have the linen page, a page from the kit, and then a handmade paper. So these all fold into each other and then clip together with a paper clip. And here I've made a belly band, just put a couple pieces of cardstock at the top and a little strip of, this is like crochet or cut work from a pillowcase. Put that on there. Put a little journal card in there. And then in the back I just have a pocket, and in that pocket I have a little beaded secret space where you can hide a little note in there. So that just tucks right down into there. We have a stray string there. And again, this whole thing is very flexible, and I just thought that was a little bit different. How I did the center, I was going to show you that, was I sewed in, as you can see here underneath, I have the thread that sews all the pages together like a regular signature, and then I ran this lace down the middle, and I put a button at the top and the bottom and pulled that lace pretty tight so that it's secure in there. This does have slight movement to it, but it's not loose by any means, and the pages are not loose. You could, I tied this string around the lace, and then I got thinking about it. Maybe I should not have done that, because then you could slide the pages out and put a whole new booklet in and still have the cover. It would be pretty simple to go in there and undo that little knot that I tied. So, you know, in the future, I'll probably, if I do one like this again, I'll probably not tie the signature string around the lace. That way we can just remove that whole signature and put a new one in, and you can reuse the journal cover. So there it is, front there and the back. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like a detailed video about anything that I have done in this journal, please let me know in the comments, and that gives me ideas for future journals. And I had a lot of fun. This was very time consuming, but especially the stitching and the beadwork. I did put beads on each one of the leaves on the vine here, so, and around the edge. That took quite a little while, but it was a lot of fun, and I really liked it. So I tried to keep the inside pretty simple, since the outside's the thing that's going to get your attention. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hit that like button if you would for me. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. I think I'm about 4 away from my 500 subscriber number, and when I hit 500, I will have a giveaway. I do appreciate everyone who has subscribed and watches my channel and tunes in whenever I have an upload. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.